Wasted World of Sports crew, ahoy! Let's do this, huh? Let's get into action for another day. And what a huge day it is, a monumental one. In fact, kicking off here with the Rugby Championships. That guy must be a scrum half, he's tiny. Teeny tiny. JC Smoke, ahoy mate. Welcome along. Over there on the Twitch as well, Twitch and YouTube only for this one. But boy, we've got a big day coming up because immediately following this game, we got the Panthers and the Warriors. And I'm going to try what I've never tried before and dual stream. So we will be covering that second half of the Panthers-Warriors game whilst the first half of the All Blacks and Springboks is going on. Now that's going to be interesting. There will be two scoreboards up at the bottom of the screen. And it's going to be crazy. Absolute craziness. Mookie, ahoy mate. So yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see how that plays out. Just going through the national anthems here. The Wallabies versus Argentina. What a cracking contest it was last time between these two. Australia taking the chance. They could have taken the draw. They put the ball into the corner. They pressed on. They scored 6 minutes after the final siren to steal the game from Argentina, who quite possibly deserved to win. Stunning rendition of the national anthem there for Australia. Sold out game, by the way. I think that's really worth noting because we're obviously very rugby league heavy on the Wasted World of Sports channel. Lots of rugby league content. That means lots of rugby league supporters. Of course, naturally, I'm a supporter of both. And it is great to see a sold-out rugby union contest. Johnny Michael, ahoy mate. Welcome along. Whoa, what's going on down there? Oh, that's new. It's captured the top of my desk is being captured on frame. I think my camera must have dropped down slightly. Oh well, that's okay. Just as long as it doesn't drop down too far and reveal that I'm not wearing pants. That'd be disturbing for all involved. So, Wallabies have a chance here to go to the top of the Rugby Championship table, albeit temporarily. So let's see, can they get the job done? Can they temporarily jump to the top of the table? Who's the referee? Christopher Ridley. From French rugby, I do believe. But yes, it's fantastic to see a sold-out stadium for rugby in Australia. It's alive and well. Don't listen to the naysayers. Rugby union in this country alive and well, and we're off and running. And it's a solid start here for the Wallabies. The kickoff is allowed to bounce, but it's been lost forward. And we'll come back for an Argentinian scrum. Raven 187, ahoy. An early contest in the air. They nearly came away with it, the Wallabies. So a big, big day of rugby action, of course. We've got the elimination finals in the NRL. Gennaro, ahoy mate. The last game between the Wallabies and Argentina, you mean? It was a good game. Yeah. Very enjoyable contest. Inside the first minute, we get our first scrum. Pumas with the feed. They bind and set. And it's a stalemate scenario at the moment. Wallabies look to get the second shove on. Garcia sends it out into midfield. A nice wrap around there with Carreras. Goes out wide for Malia, back inside. And Iskro is taken down on the halfway line. The early shift from Argentina earns them a penalty advantage. Wallabies in from the side, perhaps there. And Argentina are building nicely here. Back into midfield, still playing under penalty advantage. A chance here perhaps for Argentina to score the first points. Another backline move. This time they sweep out to the right. But forced back in field by the Wallabies sliding defense. And they're just pinned down around the halfway mark at the moment. Carreras goes left. And there's some big forwards out there. Oviedo back in field. Where the play comes to a close. Forward pass. And the referee brings it back into midfield for the penalty. Argentina, do they have a shot here? Oh, tempers. There's some push and shove over on the sideline. This one could boil over. Now, this is very kickable. 40 meters out, about 15 in from touch. Should be a relatively simple kick for Carreras. JC Smoke, I didn't get a chance to put a multi on for this one. I ran out of time. And they are going to have a shot off the back of this penalty. Argentina, well, we saw this last time as well. We saw them take the early lead through penalty goals. Ill discipline from the Wallabies again. Johnny Michael, Messi on the bench, and Enzo Fernandez, and Enzo Amore. JC Smoke, you just stuck your money on Swalihi. Fair enough. As Carreras moves in, strikes it well, it's on target. Right down the middle, the flags are up, and Argentina lead 3 points to 0. 3 minutes gone. XJC, ahoy, mate. A great start from Los Pumas. Big Bill as well. Ah, well, you can't teach that. As the Wallabies go short with the restart, Argentina make a mess of it, and the Wallabies drive over the top. Down the short side goes Slipper. Slipper taken down just outside the 22. A pick and go from Valentini. Takes them inside the red zone. And straight up the middle goes Wilson. Looks to offload. No support runners with him. Lined up out to the right, the Wallabies, but it closes down in midfield. Nick White races over. Gets it out for Valentini. The short ball for Tupou. Well read by the Argentinian defense. White stays down the short side. They're on this left touchline, the Wallabies. The ball's ripped away. Play on. Wilson gives it back to, well, an unexpected player there, Toole. Wasn't expecting that ball. Did well to hold on to it. Valentini now in midfield. There's a nice wraparound. Through the hands out to the right. Go the Wallabies. Kellaway back in field. Nice ball for Swalihi. And Joseph Swalihi will score the first try. There you go, JC Smoke. Joseph Swalihi. Boy, it took him a few games to get his first try in Wallaby colours, but now they can't stop him. And the Wallabies are up 5-3. Kick to come. That was a beautiful set-piece play out to the right. And the power of Swalihi. Had to do a lot of work. He had to fight his way through 2 defenders. But he has done just that. What a start for both teams. But it's the Wallabies on top. From out wide, the conversion is hooking back, and it's through. 7 points to 3. I couldn't see who took the kick. It looked like Kellaway, but surely not. Celebration for the Wallabies. Nice and early. They're on the board. Argentina get us back underway. They send it just outside the 22. Contestable ball, and it's taken in the air by Iskro, who then spills it. Gets away with it, though. There was no call. No officials saw it. Now the call has come in. I think the TMO's got involved and noticed the cheeky little knock-on that was almost missed. And it will be a scrum down inside their own 22 here, the Wallabies. Oh, JC Smoke, you missed it, did you? Oh, dear. First try, Wallabies, Sualihi. Johnny Michael, actually, yeah, Jace was just telling me about it. I'd only just woken up, though, so I had no idea what was going on. Defensive scrum here for the Wallabies inside their own 22. 7 minutes gone. And a free kick for early engagement goes the way of Australia. Argentina just too quick. Oh, Tane Edmund. Tane Edmund is... The kick is charged down, and it's going to sit up here for Montoya. Montoya dives on the loose ball, and Argentina hit back out of nowhere. Julian Montoya, of course he scores this week. Had him in my multi last week, so of course he scores the try this week. It was a free kick to the Wallabies from the scrum, and they took too long to get the kick away. Montoya charges it down and scores beside the post. Unbelievable. Julian Montoya, as it's converted from right beside the post, and Argentina lead 10-7, that 3-point margin. Back again. 8.5 minutes gone. What a start to this game. It's raining tries, as they say. Nick White going shoulder to shoulder there with big bad Montoya. That was only going to end one way. Ten points to 7, Argentina. That scoreboard will update shortly, I'm sure. Lots of restarts in this one already. 2 tries and a penalty goal. Wallabies drop it perfectly on the 22. But hands on it. Spilt forward by the Wallabies. Knock-on advantage here to Argentina as Malia sets it up in midfield. An illegal clean out there from the Wallabies. No, it's fine, but we come back for the knock-on. No advantage. And back we go for Argentina's scrum. Oh boy, what a start to this contest. Both teams willing to throw the ball around. It's making for some exciting rugby. Both teams contesting in the air. And a nice little sprinkle of mistakes just to keep everybody interested. 10 points to 7. A try apiece. Oh, I can't believe that, but I can in the same token. Like, Montoya scores this week. I had him in my multi last week. What happens? He hurts himself. Scores the easiest of tries this week. Argentina with the scrum feed here, just outside their own 22. Garcia has it at the back, fires it into midfield for Carreras. Carreras wraps around again, but it's read well this time and intercepted by the Wallabies. Pasami got in there, but now Valentini spills it. Counter-attack is on. Carreras dummies. And he holds on this time, not passing the ball into midfield. Oviedo. Advantage over for the knock-on, and Argentina have it just short of halfway. Garcia sends it out for Carreras, puts the ball high. Contestable kick out wide to the right wing. It's knocked back by Argentina. Play on. As Sinti is taken down just inside the Wallabies half, right on this near touchline. Midfield they go. Malia to Carreras. The cutout ball, and he finds a big runner. Martin Gonzalez goes straight through. No support runners with him, and he's taken down by Kellaway. A try-saving tackle. Kellaway then piles through, but they're offside. We come back for a penalty for a high tackle. A ruck or two earlier. Oh, and here's the replay of it. Toole. Oh, slapped him across the face. Sinti pops one against the against the Schnoz. And a fair enough penalty. Argentina, will they have a shot? It's a fair way out. Five meters, the Wallaby side of halfway, 5 in from touch on this right edge. It's a long kick, and it looks like they're going to put it into the corner. Get themselves better field position here. Carreras puts it into touch just outside the 22. Argentina hot on the attack. Funny old game, indeed, John Michael. Funny old game, indeed. Montoya goes to the middle. Wallabies contest, but it's there for Garcia. Carreras now, as they fire it through the midfield, and Kremer. No clear release, penalty advantage to Argentina. This will be 3 points. Still play on, though. Garcia, short side. Forward pass back on the inside from Carreras. So we come back for the penalty. And this, I dare say, a gift 3 points. 22 meters out, right in front. And Argentina are about to lead 13-7. Surely they will take the 3 here. John Michael, yes, this is on Channel 9 Gem in Australia and Stan Sports for this one. Santi Carreras from right in front. They've given him a 91% probability from right in front here. Geez, that seems harsh. Puts it right down the middle, and Argentina lead this 13 points to 7. 13 and a half minutes gone. Fantastic start to this contest. Both teams are up for it. Reed Nichols, ahoy, mates. Nick White with the restart, sends it deep into the 22. Argentina track back for it and clear. The clearing kick doesn't... Well, he's got a good angle on it, all things considering, Carreras, but still not a lot of distance. And a good restart from Nick White. Should see the Wallabies get the ball back here in decent field position. Just outside Argentina's 22. Pollard with the throw. Goes to the front, uncontested. The ball's released immediately. Pollard to White. Puts the kick up in midfield. It's going into the 22. Batted back by Swalihi, but Argentina are there to dive on the loose ball. Garcia has it at the back. He wants another ruck formed. And then I suspect they'll look for the box kick. Garcia, right on the very brink of the 22, sets it up. The box kick clearance. Not a lot of distance on this one. It's only gone 10 meters, and it bounces up nicely for Kellaway. Kellaway to Slipper in midfield. Steps off the left and goes through. And Slipper taken down, 25 out. Quick ruck ball. Edmund sends it to Tupou. Down this left edge, the Wallabies attack. And the ball is stolen illegally by Sinti. Off his feet. Off your feet, out of play. It's one of the first things you learn in rugby. And we've got huge concern in back play. One of the Pumas is down and in a world of hurt. James Slipper stepping off that left boot. Jeez, is this where it happened? Oh. Montoya got himself a little too front on there again. Bobby, ahoy, mate. I can't see where... there he is. There he is. Is that Chocobertus? Yeah, Chocobertus has gone down low on big Taniela Tupou. And Tupou has just barreled over the top of him and busted his shoulder by the looks of it. Well, poor Chocobertus, he's gone in to make a tackle on Taniela Tupou. And from what I could see, there was absolutely nothing wrong with the tackle. He got his head nicely off to the side. It's just, yeah, Chocobetta's shoulder. Meet those gigantic tree trunk legs of Taniela Tupou. And that was all she wrote. Poor Chocobetta's down and out. And they're still tending to him in back play. Chocobetta's, Argentina's inside center, he is still down. And he's in a world of hurt. Now it's going to be interesting. We're in for a big day. Michelle, ahoy there. We're in for a big day of action. And all these games just sort of bleed over the top of each other tonight. Now, where is this game? It's sold out. I know, as we've got an injury timeout here. Poor Chocobetta's just got steamrolled. Fox Sports. Let's see. Does Fox Sports tell me where it is? Yeah, it is... Oh, Allianz Stadium. Yeah, Townsville was the last one. A sold-out Allianz Stadium. As the Wallabies now put the ball into touch, 5 meters out. Attacking lineouts. Pollard into position. Wallabies slow to get to the lineout. They need to get a move on, or they'll give away a free kick. The rolling ball is set, but breaking away. And on the crash ball is Swilihi. Lays it back. It was Pasami, sorry. Here goes Valentini now, 0.5 meter out. The Wallabies are close. Crash ball is the option. Back towards the ruck. Oh, it's a mess at the moment. Valentini with the pick and go. Gets his arms over the top. Argentina pile in. And it looks like they've defended this well. Chocobetta's applauding in back play. He feels like it's been stopped. Valentini doesn't look confident at all. Amazing goal line defense here from Argentina. And they're going to take a look, but this has gone up as no try. Valentini does not look confident whatsoever. But sometimes it's when they don't look confident that they've actually scored it. If they come across overly confident, sometimes we know they're telling big porkies. All right, Valentini reaches out, loses the ball. Argentina have defended this well on their own try line. Moas Bas, ahoy mate. Fantastic defense on their own goal line. Argentina hold out the Wallabies. No try. Knock on. But Argentina are offside. So it will come back for a penalty. I love the fact that this game is sold out. I mean, not only does that show that rugby union is just fine in this country, like I've been saying all these years, but it also highlights just how strong Argentina have become by being involved in this competition. Because Argentina, the Wallabies have got in each other's way here, and it's a falcon of Tane Edmund. They made a complete mess of this restart, did the Wallabies. Miscommunication, and the ball rebounds square off the face of Tane Edmund. Well, they made a complete disaster out of that. Penalty goes to Argentina. Dear, oh dear. Somebody needed to call mine. Nick White, not happy about it. Argentina, off the back of that penalty, will have the line-out throw 25 meters out from the Wallabies line, looking to pile on some more points here. The Pumas. Montoya with the line-out throw. Goes to the middle. A little trick play there from Argentina. They had players running around everywhere. Slightly forward pass there in midfield, but it's been allowed to go back down the short side. Iskro into the 22. Quick ruck ball. Garcia. Oh, this ball's been battered down, and that's 10 in the bin for Jorgensen. Slaps the ball down, going for the intercept, and Jorgensen will go have a seat for 10. The Wallabies are down a man. Quick ruck ball for Argentina. They went down the short side. They had the numbers, and Jorgensen slaps the ball down. Off you go, son. Have a seat. Correras puts it into the corner. That's a clear-cut yellow card. Why was that 10 in the bin? You're not allowed to just slap the ball down. You have to make a legitimate attempt at an intercept. He just reached out and batted the ball down to prevent the try, and that's illegal in this game. Half a metre out, Argentina with the pick and go off the back of the line out. Ball squirts out the side of the ruck. It's scrappy, but still there for the Pumas. Wallabies have to defend with a man down. Fraser McWright digs in. But they get troops there just in the nick of time. 10 out from the line. And again, scrappy ruck ball. They're losing their way a little bit here, Argentina. 10 out from the line in midfield. Australia marched straight over the top of it, but it's still there for Garcia. He pops it out the back. They're 5 meters from the line. Garcia goes left for Correras. The kick pass is the option. Edmund chasing back. It bounces into touch and beats everybody. Unlucky there. Santiago Correras with the kick for Mateo Correras. And an awkward bounce. Needing that one to sit up. Maybe upon reflection, they should have put it through the hands. 13 points to 7. 5 metre line out throw here for the Wallabies, a defensive one. Goes to the middle. The ball's taken by Wilson. Wilson dummies the pass out the back. White now. Cuts out Valentini, who was calling for it. And another ruck set up here, setting up the box kick. White just wanted a better angle on it. Controls it at the back, and he'll probably put this into touch, I should imagine. It stays just in the field of play. Argentina, can they counterattack now? Correras, the fly half in midfield. Angles back towards that left wing. Oviedo, another strong carry. Back to the left edge they go. Malia out the back. The ball through the hands to the left. Correras onto the big bopper. Schiavi. And into the red zone they go. Garcia, dummies, and he's held up and driven backwards. Gets the ball away now for Montoya. Otherwise, Garcia was in serious threat there of a turnover. Oviedo goes again. 5 phases and edging ever closer now, Argentina. In over the top of this is Tupou. Tupou wins the turnover. Penalty to the Wallabies. And it's that man with the tree trunks for legs. He wasn't going to be moved from the ruck area. Daniela Tupou. Solid effort to keep his feet. And get in over the top of that. Ball carrier holding on. John Michael, the live on ESPN. Argentina commentators are crazy. Oh, yeah, they're very passionate, aren't they? Very passionate bunch. Quarter of the way through this contest. Yeah, tree trunks for legs. Look at the size of him. Look at the size of the man. He's a beast, Daniela Tupou. Reminds me of one of my best mates in high school. He was a big unit like that. He used to get teased a lot for being fat. I'm like, run into the dude and you'll find out that he's not fat. He's solid as all hell. He's a brick wall. Valentini, speaking of brick walls, Valentini charges up over halfway. Quick hands now. Edmund out to the left. Pasami with the late pass for Sualihi. It's loose on the deck. And Argentina now counter-attack. Montoya up over halfway. End-to-end stuff here in this game. Nice inside ball, and Oviedo goes straight through. The support from Rubiolo. Garcia now sends it left. They've got numbers. Malia, 3-on-2. And the pass is a dead-set shocker to Carreras on the left edge. Oh, they had the overlap. Argentina, Jorgensen in the sin bin for Australia. And they've completely ballsed it up. Aussie Mozzie, ahoy mate. How's things, good sir? Numbers to burn down this left edge. And a poor pass from Petty. Pollard with the line-out throw. Wallabies scoot to the back, and it's taken down by Williams. Valentini now rumbles it up outside the 22. Nick White has it at the back. 4 minutes left in the bin for Jorgensen. White with the box kick. Puts it high, contestable on the halfway line. The ball sits up for Argentina, knocked on by the Wallabies. So we have advantage. Garcia chips this one in over the top, and it's going to land in the 22 and stay in the field of play. Edmund scoops it up, but he's under immense pressure. Oh, he's done well, Edmund. Cuts them apart. And then throws a risky ball off where Pollard is forced to hold on. Argentina in over the top, and this is a gift 3. They might choose to put it into the corner and try and take advantage of this final few minutes with Jorgensen in the bin, but I would be taking the 3 here, put it out beyond a converted try. Fantastic work from Mateo Carreras. As Jorgensen, frustrated on the sideline, because it was his sin binning that led to all this. And another shoulder concern here for Argentina. More shoulder concerns. You have to start to wonder, and you hate to think this way, and you would hate for it to be the case, but you do have to raise the question. It is my job to raise the question. At this point, is it a tactic? Just to delay the game, slow the pace down, give the big boys a little bit of a rest. If it is a tactic, they probably need to change it up a little bit. It's all shoulders at the moment. Somebody needs to have a leg injury. One with the leg. One with an arm. One with a shoulder. Mix it up a bit. It's been all shoulders is why I'm forced to raise the question. Tarata, Vincent Hillman. Ahoy, mates. Let's effing go, you Aussies. And then All Blacks to beat the Box. And the Warriors to beat the Panthers, or no care in the world about that one, Tarata. Big day of action coming up as Carreras, with the penalty goal attempt, puts Argentina out beyond a converted try. 16 points to 7. Still 2 minutes in the bin for Jorgensen. Copped a yellow card for a deliberate knockdown when Argentina were hot on the attack. Completely fair call too, by the way. 16-7. Argentina putting on another solid performance. Nick White with the restart. They've had some success on the restarts, the Wallabies. This one lands just outside the 22. Garcia has it at the back. The box kick. Sent up towards halfway. Contestable ball. Swalihi spills it, but it's gone backwards. Loose pass from Argentina is collected at the back by Petty. 10 short of halfway. Garcia Fires the cutout pass over. And who was that in midfield there? Sclavi, I think it was. The big prop, Joel Sclavi. Ball's out. Garcia has to scramble the kick away. So not a lot of distance on it. And again, the Wallabies spill the ball out the back. Play on, though. Sulihi with a big left arm fend. The pass over to Pasami, who kicks into the 22, where the mark is claimed. Free kick, Argentina. Sulihi with some space down that right flank. Pasami probably would want his time over again. Pasami, of course, in the squad for the injured Len Ikitau. Argentina thumped this one up over halfway. It was only a free kick, so they still could have put it out on the full, given that the kick was from inside the 22. Malia with Edmund charging down on him, does well. Paredes now kicks up the middle. It sits up for Kellaway at the back. Brings it back now to halfway, just short, where he's chopped down by Paredes in a great legs tackle. White with the cutout ball, and it's been lost by the Wallabies. Play on, knocked backwards, says the official. Well, this referee has lost all control. The on-field ref has missed a couple of knock-ons. Cool goes into play scrum half, gives it off to Edmund. And it's taken down at the back now. Iskro gives it to Malia. Counter-attack is on here. Argentina heads straight to the left. Now angling back in field is Paredes. Mateo bumps off one, bumps off a second. And they're 40 out from the line now, Argentina. Sclavi back in midfield. Quick ruck ball. Garcia to Paredes. Going for the intercept. Leaves the wing exposed. Malia onto Chocaberes. Chocaberes dummies back inside. And he's taken to ground. 5 out from the line. Sinti goes into play scrum half. Still there for the Pumas. The pick and go is the option as they keep it in tight now. 16-7 they lead. Looking for more points. And here's Oviedo held up over the line and driven back into the field of play. The ball's up off the deck. They've got to get this one out. Told to use it. The ball's popped up nicely for Rubiello. Oh, he must be close. Argentina, millimeters away. Now they fire it out to the left where the ball's been spilt. And this one he calls a knock on. Paredes with the spilt ball. And the Wallabies off the hook big time here. Oh, that's a huge mistake as Jorgensen is called back onto the field. And the Wallabies back to a full complement. So they only gave away the 3 points. With Jorgensen in the bin. That scoreboard hasn't updated. There we go. Now it's updated. So 16 points to 7. Only the 3 points. Whilst Jorgensen was in the bin. They'll be somewhat happy with that, the Wallabies. 10 minutes to go until the halftime break. What a contest this has been. And we've got another injury stoppage. Juan Martin Gonzalez down in back play. And yeah, they're copying a lot of injury stoppages here in this game. And that's why I'm just raising the question. Is it a tactic just to slow the pace down? We've seen it be done before, so it's not out of the question. Not out of the question. And I mean, we've seen it done in rugby before. Not necessarily this game or this championship or this team. I'm just saying, in general, we have seen it done before. So we're going into a scrum. Oh, here we go. News just in. Bulldog star Jamin Salmon has learned his fate over what Craig Bellamy and the Storm believed was a clear hip drop tackle on Cameron Munster. I wonder what his fate is. As the Wallabies win the scrum, And Pasami goes straight through. Needs support as he's up over the 22. Support there from Fraser McWright. And they go to ground 10 short of halfway. Quick ruck ball. Out to the right they go. 10 short of halfway. Argentina need to get back on side, and they do. Edmund kicks for the corner. Lands it inside the 22. 50-22. Line out throw to the Wallabies. Great heads up play, Tane Edmund. A 50-22 to earn the line out throw. Well, it was well beyond the 50. He was inside his own 40. And the Wallabies can go on the attack. They're happy about that one. Big line out here. 10 minutes until the halftime break. We're starting to creep into those championship minutes that I like to talk about. Pollard with the throw. Goes to the back. Argentina spoil. And they've stolen the ball. Paredes gives it off to Garcia. And the little scrum half scoots off down the short side. Gives it back infield. Argentina take it out of the red zone. The crowd appealing for an obstruction penalty. Garcia now chips it in over the top. Nobody at the back there for the Wallabies. White scrambles across. And he gives it off to Timmy O'Toole. The ball's not out. Montoya told to retreat. And that gives Pollard a chance. White out to Wilson. The quick hands. Staying down the short side. To Alihi. When will he inject himself into the line? Raven 187, an Aussie Rocket League team, have made the top 6 at the world's biggest upset of the year. That's crazy. I mean, it's crazy that there even is such a thing as a World Rocket League. Kick in over the top. Australia have to scramble back for this one inside their own 22. Toole gives a risky ball away to Kellaway. Kellaway gives a forward pass out to Toole, and it's been allowed to let go. Mind you, it's a very bad camera angle to decide on that with any authority. The referee was right there. Valentini pops the pass up. Jeremy Williams will set it up for the Wallabies to clear. Edmund puts this one high, not looking for touch because he's outside the 22. And it's taken by Malia on halfway. Gives the ball inside for Iskro. Iskro beats one. He's taken down, gets up and goes again. The chip over the top from Gonzalez, and the mark is claimed by Slipper. Free kick for the Wallabies. Oh, this game has been played at a huge pace. I tell you what, if it is tactics, all these injury stoppages, then I completely understand. We've got a Wallabies player down now. And it looks like a shoulder. Nick White is down. Shoulder or neck concern. What's with all the shoulder injuries today? Jeez. Nick White's gone flying in to make the tackle on Iskro after the line break. And he's come off second best. More shoulder concerns. Nate, ahoy there, mates. Thanks for your coverage. Can we win? So we being the Wallabies? Absolutely. I mean, we saw the Wallabies in a very similar position in the last test. Now, it took them 86 minutes before they finally got the win. But we have seen this exact thing happen before. Argentina were on top early. Looked like they had the game in control. And then the late comeback from the Wallabies. JC Smoke, remember when the Australian player broke his arm when he landed on Yaw a couple years ago? I don't specifically. As Argentina secure the line-out ball, rolling maul is set. Montoya controlling it at the back. Still creeping forward here. Australia have failed to halt the momentum, but now Garcia releases. Chocobetis to Carreras, lurking around the back. Wide out to the right and into touch. A poor pass to Iskro. And Argentina are just not executing today. Some very scrappy play when they tried to put it out wide. And Australia off the hook again. Bobby says, what a great game tonight. Up the Waz and the All Blacks. Line out throw here for the Wallabies. They've spent a lot of time down in their own half. It'll be very interesting to see well, there it is. It's right in front of us. 53% territory to the Pumas. White sends it back to Edmund, who clears up over halfway, taken on the full at the back for Argentina, and it's Carreras who puts this one high. The kick chase might have been a step offside, but it doesn't matter. They've lost it anyway. Knock-on advantage as Kellaway comes down with it. White with the inside ball to Williams. 10 short of halfway. The Wallabies. Can they get some ball in decent territory? Tupou lays it back. 5 minutes to go till the halftime break. White with the box kick puts this one high. Chasing through is Toole to put pressure on. It's Toole versus Carreras, and the ball falls for Garcia. It was Toole versus Carreras in the air, and nobody won. Malia sends it out to midfield for Kremer. And the flanker sets it up just short of halfway, right in centre field. As this one is just sort of meandering off to half-time at the moment. Argentina seem happy and content with their lead. The high ball, contestable. Isgro gets through, bats it back, but it's picked up by Toole. He was happy to stand back and just let it bounce. And we've got a knock-on against the Pumas. Scrum down Wallabies. And another injury stoppage. Isgro, after that battle in the air, is down with the trainer. He's up now. Boy, oh boy, the amount of injury stoppages. This game's going to go forever at this rate. As, the TMO has intervened. Potential foul play here. The referee's going to have a look. And see, hey, Michelle, here's another thing that's different. So, Rugby League's got the bunker, and the bunker reviews all the decisions, right? What actually happens here in Rugby Union is the TMO, the Rugby Union version of the bunker, signals down to the referee, I think I've seen something here, but it's not the bunker that rules on it. They put it up on the big screen, and as you can see here, the on-field officials watch it on the big screen and make a decision themselves. The TMO is only there to refer stuff down to the field. And it's actually the on-field referee who watches the replay and makes the call. No foul play is the call, and we're going to carry on. So that potential foul play has been cleared. And we'll come back for the scrum. And while they set this scrum, I'll grab myself another drink. Yes. TMO stands for Television Match Official, correct. See, you're getting the hang of this already. It's going to be a big day, so I'm starting on the waters. Scrum down. Wallabies secure the ball. White sends it out to Pasami in midfield. Back to the left edge. Edmund on the wraparound. Cutout pass is bobbled by Pollard, but he keeps it alive. Valentini standing out on the wing. Wallabies have it on halfway. Edmund slips into contact. Argentina look to drive over the top. And it's a loose pass out the back. Sualihi picks it up, but he's under pressure. Sualihi retreating, and he's picked up and dumped in the tackle. Well, kind of. And Sinti's in over the top of this one now. Penalty for the Pumas. Holding on is the call. And here's another 3 points. McGregor Orchard, ahoy, mate. Not the Todd. What a game it was last week. 84-minute winning try. And, well, we might see the same again here today. Argentina are on top. And, oh, there's a face-off. Harry Wilson doing the point. I'm coming for you, he says to Julian Montoya. There's been some tension out there in this contest. What I love about... Okay, there's a couple of things that I've been talking about today throughout the course of the game that I love as Carreras sets up this shot at penalty goal to make it 19-7 going into the halftime break. So a couple of things I love. There's the tree trunks for legs, Tupo. The fact that this game is a sellout at Allianz Stadium. Because rugby union is supposedly dead in this country, remember? That's what they try and tell you. But rugby union is alive and well in this country. A sold-out Allianz Stadium as Carreras sneaks it through. And Argentina lead 19-7 with 2 minutes to go till the halftime break. And the other thing is just how much Argentina have improved on the world rugby stage. I feel like we are on the precipice of them going to the next level, and they will start to defeat the All Blacks and the Springboks with more regularity. Wallabies get us back underway. It's a deep kick to Chocobetis in the 22. Tries to get away from Toole, and he's brought down, still inside the 22. Garcia has it at the back, puts the box kick up. Contestable ball as they chase through to put pressure on Suolihi. Ball's batted back into the face of Valentini, and it's knocked on by the Pumas. That loose ball at the back couldn't be controlled by anybody. And with a minute to go until the halftime break, 19-7, Argentina. A very, very convincing and worthy lead. 63% territory. 58% possession. They've been dominant. 7 visits into the Wallabies 22, as opposed to the Wallabies twice. They've been down in the Pumas red zone. Came away with points on one of those occasions, so a 50% strike rate. But Argentina, mind you, they've got the points flowing as well. Scrum down. It sets. Game of Mel, ahoy there. Nick White has it at the back as it collapses on this near side, but it's play on. Straight through goes Pasami, but then he forces the pass, and it's intercepted by Petty. Argentina back in possession. They go to ground now just outside their 22. Australia. Panic play. The siren sounds, and Garcia thumps it into touch. And the referee says that will do us for the first half. What a first half it's been from Argentina. I'm going to applaud them off the field. 19-7. And, well, it could have been more. Some simple mistakes, but they'll be very happy. I mean, given where Argentina were just a few short years ago compared to where they are now, boy, this team has come a long way. And who'd have thought, right? All those years, Argentina was screaming for more regular international rugby at a top-tier level. And yes, they were the whipping boys of the Rugby Championship when they first entered. But look at them now. Look at them now is all I can say. JC Smoke says, watch the Rugby Championship add a captain's challenge into it. Hey, I'm all for it. I'm all for the captain's challenge. Pretty much every other sport has a challenge system, right? Cricket, tennis, the rugby league. NFL has got the review. Major League Baseball's got the manager's review. So pretty much every other sport in the world has some sort of challenge system. I guess it's a little bit different for rugby union because the TMO is always there reviewing on the fly anyway. So maybe there's no real need for it. Richard Trainer, ahoy, mate. You've been saying for years that Argentina deserve a top-tier side. Absolutely. They're going great guns. I love it. You know what? I've always had Argentina's always sort of been my smoky underdog team. Always. I go for the All Blacks, but I'd always had that soft spot for Argentina. You never got upset if they won. And still to this day, I don't get upset at Argentina beating the All Blacks. Well, I mean, I don't really get upset. Since I started this channel, I don't really get upset anyway over sports results. It's amazing when you put yourself into a situation where you kind of, I mean, you don't have to be, but if you want to be taken seriously and professionally, you do sort of need to be on the fence a little bit. And it's amazing that since I started doing this, just how on the fence I've gotten with certain things. But anyway, I digress. Half-time here, 19 points to 7. We have got a massive, massive day here on the Wasted World of Sports. Massive day of action. All the games are sort of spilling over into one another. So I decided, I mean, obviously, I'm covering the All Blacks and Springboks as a priority. But because the Panthers-Warriors game just leads directly into it, I'm going to pay some attention to that as well. I don't know how this is going to work, but I've always wanted to try it. So this has presented the perfect opportunity to try and call 2 games in one. How the hell I'm going to call 2 games in one, I have no idea, but we'll find out very, very soon. We'll find out in less than an hour. Tarata Vincent Hillman says, same here, Argie's a smoky since 2007 when the coach played. Very nice. I'm trying to think of I'm trying to think of some high profile. There's some names. There are some names just sitting on the tip of my tongue. And I will know them as soon as I see them. High profile Argentinian rugby players. Some of the names that I used to watch back in the day. Oh, yes. Okay. Augustin Pichot. That's definitely one. I remember Pichot. Because I always used to call him Pichot. Pichot. DJ Shaq, ahoy, mate. Juan Martin Hernandez or Juan Martin Fernandez Lobby. No, Juan Martin Hernandez. Yes, I remember that. How are you doing, DJ Shaq, mate? Yes, I noticed that leading into halftime there, Harry Wilson was very fired up and animated towards the match official. And then he did the big point to Julian Montoya, the opposition captain. He's like, you. I don't know what he said, of course, but he very animated, pointing as he was walking back. You. I'm coming for you, is what I think he probably said. Nate, you're old and you missed Campo and the Ella Brothers game and then the Matt Burke days. Oh, the Matt Burke, Johnny Eels, Greg and Larkham days. I'll tell you who was a really, really underappreciated player. I actually really liked him. He was one of my favorite players back in the day, and he never really made the highlight reels, but he was just such a solid defender. He could make a line break or two. Really underappreciated. Daniel Herbert. What a player. What a player. If I was picking a World 15 from back in that era, he would probably be the first name on the team sheet. The guy just never made a mistake. He was unbelievable. Dan Herbert. Oh, cheers, DJ Shaq. Thanks for that, mate. I was just about to jump on and do it. Oh, yeah, Joe Roff. Richard Trainer says Joe Roff. Man, there's been some good players. to come through. It was certainly a golden era of Australian rugby. That's for sure. And it's nice to see the Wallabies starting to build. We were talking about it on Generations on Wednesday night about how long it's been between Bledisloe Cups. There's an entire generation of people that have not seen the Wallabies lift the Bledisloe. I mean, I personally, even though I go for the All Blacks, I would personally like to see it in my lifetime. I'd like to see that moment. What I've found is that doing this channel, I love being part of like historic moments. Fiji defeating Australia in the World Cup. I was here to call it. I'll always have that memory. I've never forgotten. And just imagine the piece of history to be part of, live calling the Wallabies winning back the Bledisloe Cup after however long it's been, 30 years or something. Been a very long time. It'd be a nice piece of history to be part of. And what a moment it would be too. Like, I'd be so torn because as an All Blacks supporter, you don't want to see the All Blacks lose, especially a high-profile trophy like that. But at the same time, just imagine the emotion being part of something like that, witnessing something like that. But I don't know. I think it's still probably a few years off. The All Blacks are pretty vulnerable at the moment, though. I'm very curious to see how some of their new players go today. So it's a slightly different looking All Blacks team. I'll just bring it up. There's been a few changes that I'm very keen to keep an eye on during that one. So Noah Hotham comes in at scrum half. Now, Finley Christie was given his opportunity and he really hasn't taken it. So I like that selection. It wasn't working. Scrum half's been a little bit flaky since Aaron Smith left. So Noah Hotham, keep an eye on that. Leroy Carter on debut. That famous All Blacks number 11 jersey. Leroy Carter, some big boots to fill there. But again, it's been an area that they've struggled to fill. Billy Proctor gets another chance at outside center. Will Jordan is shifting to the other wing to accommodate Damian McKenzie at fullback. Now, I suspect that Damian McKenzie has been brought in for his goal kicking, if nothing else. So Will Jordan shifts over to the other wing. You know what? I don't mind the side. I'm very keen to see how it goes. I think that Scotty Razor Robinson has actually now picked a team around the style that he wants them to play. Johan Grove, ahoy mate, All Blacks by 17. A bold prediction there from a South Africa supporter. South Africa have made some changes themselves too. I'm really excited for this test. I am really, really excited for this test match coming up. For sure. Yeah, South Africa. What's their team changes? So, Bussy comes in for Billy LaRue. So LaRue's had his time. It would seem he's not even on the bench. Nomazulu gets the nod at fly half again. Damien Willemse at inside center. Yeah, so a few new faces there for the Springboks as well. Anyway, I'm excited for that one. Now, let's talk quickly in the halftime break here. I will try and slap on a multi because I've got some bonus bets to use on Sportsbet. So I will try. I'll split these. Into. I've got $50 bonus. So I'll split these into 5 bets of $10. And I'm thinking for the Panthers-Warriors game, which is actually kicking off in 46 minutes. So it's going to be very, very tight. Very, very tight. Because you've got to imagine, like, second half is still yet to get underway. And this one, we might be doing all 3 games spilling over into one another. Probably on reflection how I should have set it up. But, all right. Let's go. Paul Alamotti, Casey McLean. Well, let's go Alamotti. They love that left edge. Let's go Alamotti and McLean. Let's go both of them. Because the Warriors are a little bit susceptible over on that edge. Where will the Warriors tries come from? I love me some Leka Halasima. I love me some Leka. What a beast. Breaking news, says JC Smoke. Halasima gone to center and Capewell to the second row. Yeah, there we go. Okay, does this nullify Halasima's impact a little bit? Or does it increase it? That's a tantalizing prospect. Boy. Oh, there's been a change for the Panthers as well. Brad Schneider will be starting at hooker. And young Luke Summerton will be on the bench. Jeez, there's been some last-minute changes in this game for both sides. Richard Trainer, you sounded like a red light special. Nothing wrong with a good red light special. Okay, so I've got 2 legs. I reckon Panthers will attack like the Panthers attack. Here they come out for the second half. Oh, this game is going to nestle right up against the big games coming up. Oh, the name I said. I thought you said. I couldn't see anything that you said that sounded like a red light special, but I thought, oh, I'll play along. So it was the names that I said. Yeah, fair enough. All right, I'm going to put Halasima in. I love me some Halasima in my multis. And dear, oh dear. All right. I might just leave it at that. 3 legs. Because I can't think of a 4th one. And I'm out of time because second half's about to get underway. Referee blows the whistle. Second half is off and running. Karetas kicks down into the 22 for Pasami, who immediately clears. Malia brings it back to halfway, and he puts the high ball up. Contestable here. Argentina pile through. Carreras takes it, and McDermott brings him down just outside the 22. Argentina immediately win the territorial battle. Garcia back on the inside for Carreras. The ball spills out the side of the ruck. It's off the feet, so it's play on. And Fraser McWright has his pants pulled down. There's a gigantic white ass hanging out. Wallabies ball. 19 points to 7 it is. Second half is underway, and boy, yeah, going to be so close. It's going to be so tight in between now and the start of the next one. McDermott with the box kick up towards halfway. What a take under pressure there for Argentina. And the flick pass to boot, keeping the ball alive. They now sweep around to the left edge. Carreras steps back in field. And Argentina now with the rolling maul driving straight over the top of poor Sualihi. Bremer now in midfield. Great start to the second half here for the Pumas. Malia pops the pass up. The ball's kept alive. Garcia with another late offload for Cinti. Garcia again to Kremer. 25 out in midfield. Argentina, they're building. Chocobetis lays it back. Garcia catches some lazy runners. Penalty advantage. And now there's an early tackle and a forward pass. So we come back for the penalty. And this is a gift 3 points to start the second half. Ill discipline from the Wallabies. And the Pumas are just building points. Oh, does anybody remember that? It wasn't a streaker, thank God, but does anyone remember that goof that ran onto the field in South Africa to tackle the referee? I just remember Richie McCaw popping up out of that scrum and being like, hang on, who's this? Latched around his neck and dragged him to ground. Can't remember that bloke's name, but yeah, that popped up the other day. I saw the highlight. So Carreras, 25 out, right in front to extend this lead for Argentina. They are looking good today. The Pumas to make it 22 points to 7. Smokes it right down the middle. And the Pumas, a fantastic start to the second half, 3 minutes into it. And they've got points on the board, 22 points to 7. The Wallabies, they need to dig deep. And they need to answer back ASAP. Back underway. The restart lands on the 22. Argentina claim it. Petty does well in the air. And the box kick for Garcia. Puts it high, keeps it in the field of play. They're going to chase through and contest here, but it's taken by Sualihi. Just inside Argentina's half. McDermott looks open side, cuts it back short side. And that's a good carry from Tom Hooper. Short ball, opens them up, straight through. The offload for Pasami as it is kicked through. No, it's Nongor. And it's loose, 5 meters out from the line. Argentina scurry back and get the clearing kick away. Oh, and it was forward. The offload. Pushing the passes here, the Wallabies. Angus Bell it was who's gone straight through the gap. And rather than building, they're pushing the passes. Manuel Snow says Pumas, too good. Wallabies, not too good. Easy game for the Pumas. Pollard with the throw goes to the back of the line out, uncontested, so they get away with it not being straight. Pasami hits it up. McDermott with the cutout pass goes backwards off Harry Wilson. McDermott again stays down the short side. Angus Bell with another strong carry. He is rumbling it up, and they've lost the ball. They've lost the ball in contact. And the Wallabies are just not getting it right. It's not coming together for them. Pumas well on top. All right, so I went Paul Alamotti. This is my multi for the next game. 3 legs. I went Paul Alamotti. Here we go. This is what I was looking for. Alamotti, Casey McLean, and I went Halasima. Because, as I said, I love me some lekker Halasima. Scrum down here for Argentina. And this one resets. I'm going to try and get this graphic set up for the next game. Yeah, I probably should have gone To'o. I'm just looking at the team sheets now, and I'm like, hang on, have they swapped To'o and Alamotti? If they have, then yeah, I should have been on Brian To'o. This scrum repacks. This time it's solid. Argentina have it at the back. Garcia breaks away. Takes a couple of steps before he fires it over to Chocobetis. And Chocobetis brings it out of the red zone. Argentina with quick hands. Carreras on the inside ball. Gets up and goes again. Fair play to halfway. He goes. Garcia with the double pump out to Carreras to clear. Puts it high. Chasing through to put pressure on is Iskro. The ball is spelled backwards. And there to clean up is Kellaway. Drops it off for a Tool. And Tool brings it outside the 22. They've done well here, the Wallabies. All things considering. 7.5 gone in the second half. But at the moment, it's all Argentina. Aslan's Store NZ says, jackpot, Australia will win. Cutout ball from Edmund to Pasami. Steps off the left. Chocobetis out of the defensive line. He's slow to get up to his feet. Argentina look to counter ruck, but it's still there for the Wallabies. 8 minutes gone in the second half. McDermott told to use it now. Controls it at the back, and the box kick goes high, up over halfway. Contestable ball, but it's taken well by Iskro. Carreras wraps around to the left and takes it into Wallaby territory. They've got him up off the ground here, the Wallabies. He's up off the deck and getting it to ground now. Well done, Argentina. Malia down the short side to Cinti. Inside for Carreras. And they're back in the red zone. Garcia, dummies, goes out the back for Rubiolo. Slow ruck ball. And it's a maul. So the ball's up off the deck. Turnover. And the Wallabies will get the scrum. All right, so next game, Paul Alamotti, which I'm now looking at the team sheets and feeling a bit disturbed about. I probably should have gone Brian To'o. But we'll see. We'll see. I'm getting a decent payout on this for just a $10 bonus bet, so I won't complain too much about it. But yes, reflection says I probably should have gone Brian To'o. Geraldine Webb, ahoy there. 10 minutes gone in the second half. The only change to the halftime score, Argentina's penalty goal. Solid scrum here in their own red zone. The Wallabies, McDermott breaks away from the back of the scrum and clears upfield. And a good kick up to the halfway mark, where Argentina, the fans are in voice. Los Pumas fans, don't celebrate too soon. There's still 30 minutes to go in this game. And boy, oh boy, do we know how quickly things can turn around. 30 minutes is a long time. But understandably, they're in big voice. Some very, very happy campers. Line out throw is contested by the Wallabies, but still falls on Argentina's side. And Carreras steps off the right boot. Sorry, it's Iskro. Tate McDermott gets in and holds him up. rips the ball away, and it's going to come down on Australia's side, is it? Moyano goes in to dig it out. Moyano on for Garcia. So new scrum half here for Argentina. Sinti drops into contact. Sualihi tries to hold him up and wrestle the ball away. Pasami gets in. Penalty to Argentina. Sealing off. Billy Pollard leaving his feet, sealing off. And here's 3 more points for Argentina incoming. .51 minutes gone. Oh, they're going to put it into the corner. They're going in for the kill. Oh, no, they're having the shot. Common sense prevails. The home supporters in the crowd boo that decision, but it is the common sense call. Take the points when they're on offer. If the Wallabies are not going to clean up their discipline, we'll keep taking the points. That's what Argentina are saying. We will absolutely kick you to death if you allow us. Alasima. There we go. All right. A 3-legger on the next game. Corredes puts it over. 25 points to 7. Argentina. They're on the brink now. But still plenty of time left in this game. Sometimes all it takes is just that one try. 25 points to 7. It's going to be a long way back, though, for the Wallabies. .52.5 minutes gone. JC Smoke says it feels like it's been longer than 11 minutes in the second half. Oh, boy. It's going to be so tight, the end of this game and the start of the next one. Edmund with the restart. And Argentina lift and secure it on their own 22. Great work. Getting close to the sideline, though, is Matera. Manages to stay in the field of play. And Los Pumas looking very, very solid here. Moyano has it at the back. Sets up the box kick. Charged down by Australia. Well, fingers on it. Knocked back by the Wallabies and still play on in midfield. The kick over the top. Nobody at home. Kellaway scrambling across. Watches this bounce into touch. About 25 out from their own line here. The Wallabies turned around again. They have to try and find a way to get some go forward. Oh, there's Phil Waugh in the crowd. Wallabies go to the middle of the line out, secure the ball. And Fraser McWright has got hands on. Argentina win the turnover, and it's another kickable penalty. And it's a yellow card, isn't it? No. I thought the referee went to the pocket. Australia, they are blowing up big time. They are not getting along well with this referee. And this time, I suspect they might put it into the corner. 25-7. Do they go in for the kill? James O'Connor's up on the sideline. Here we go. Now the Wallabies will hit back. They're putting it into the corner. 25-7. They're feeling pretty comfy about things at the moment, Argentina. And James O'Connor onto the field. Is this the turning point? James O'Connor to lead them back into the contest. Ten meters out. Big line out throw this one. Montoya. Goes to the middle. Wallabies compete and Argentina spill it, but then the Wallabies knock it on as well. Play on. Matera heads back towards the posts. He bumps off the referee in the process. And a knock-on advantage to Argentina. Moyano dummies and almost scurries through, sniping around the ruck. The pick and go from Oviedo. They're 10 meters out here in midfield. Los Pumas going in for the kill. Looking for another famous victory. Chocobetis angling back in. Still 10 meters out. Moyano pops this pass up now for Oviedo. 5 meters out. Quick ruck ball. Bursting onto it is Kremer, who spills it in contact. And that's a knock-on against Argentina. A defensive scrum for the Wallabies. They're feeling the pinch here, the home side. 25 points to 7. Argentina, I think they probably should have kept collecting points. I'm a big advocate for taking the points when they're on offer. And they've knocked back a few. NH Beach Bum, ahoy there. 1:40 a.m. on the US East Coast. And we got top-notch Sansa, and the pints are still flowing here at my house. Oh, very nice. 1:40 a.m. Here in Australia, it's 3:39 p.m. So the pints have only just started flowing. Well, a couple of hours ago. A couple of hours ago they started. Defensive scrum here for the Wallabies. If they're going to get their way back into this contest, I mean, they need to do something about it pretty soon. Look to Argentina to drive over the top of this, but it's quick ball for McDermott. Pasami, loose pass out the back for O'Connor, does well to hold on. Risky stuff, but they kind of have to throw some caution to the wind now, the Wallabies. Short side they go. Toole steps back in field off the left boot. They're up to the edge of their 22. Argentina's defense sliding across the field, too strong at the moment. Wallabies back into midfield. Nice carry from Nasser. Back down the short side, Williams to Bell. Argentina looking to spoil, disrupt the ruck ball, and they're doing it well. Slow ball here for the Wallabies. McDermott has it at the back. Look for the box kick. He puts it up. Wallabies chasing through to put pressure on the kick. It's batted back. McDermott fires it in field for O'Connor. O'Connor steps around one, and he's brought down. 25 meters out from their own line. Wallabies. They go left. Mick Wright with the cutout pass for Wilson, who kicks up over halfway. And it sits up in the 22 for Malia. Thinks about kicking. He dummies and goes straight through. Malia up to halfway. Great counter-attack here from Argentina. Now the chip in behind is intercepted by Toole, plucked out of the air. And Argentina, well, was that broken play? It's play on for the moment, says the referee. If the ruck hadn't formed, there's no offside line, so play on is fair. And he has lost all control of this contest. Just letting the game flow now. O'Connor goes into scrum half as the Wallabies come away with it again. Valentini. And that was just a scrappy piece of play all around from both teams. And the referee, I think, has lost all control here. Argentina get hands in on this one and secure the turnover. The Wallabies holding on, and it's another penalty. More ill discipline from the Wallabies. Aero Rob NZ. Wallabies have been disappointing this game. Argentina are a much better team now, though. Absolutely. We've been talking about it a little bit, how the invitation into the Rugby Championship, it took a little bit of time, as we expected, but Argentina are now a genuine threat. And they are looking very, very good here today. Argentina fine touch, 10, the Wallaby side of halfway. As time is now starting to tick away from them. Aslan's store, NZ still back in the Wallabies in for a victory. Well, there's still 20 minutes to go. We're going to have to make a decision at some point as the Wallabies steal the line-out ball. Is this the start of the comeback? McDermott gets away from one, heads down the short side, pops the pass back in field where it's intercepted by Argentina. The Wallabies today, they're playing catch-up now, obviously, but all game they've been guilty of just pushing the passes. Now, McDermott, in fairness, probably had to get that one away or he was going into touch. But still, it's just that one pass too many. Argentina told to use it. And the box kick is the go-to, putting pressure on at the back. O'Connor has the ball wrestled away from him in midair. And it's there for Argentina. The Pumas going in for the kill once more. Left edge, they go for Carreras. Onto Matera, keeps the ball alive. Getting very close to this left touchline. They stay half a metre infield. Moyano fires it over to Marchetti. Back down the short side. Nice inside ball from Carreras. Read well by the Wallabies defence as it slides across. Moyano with the pick and go. And the Wallabies in over the top of it. Secure the turnover. Fraser McWright. Penalty to the Wallabies. Yeah, so at some point we are going to have to make a serious call on when we switch over to the Warriors-Panthers game. Emmanuel Mendez, Valderrama, vamos, Argentina. O'Connor doesn't find touch off the penalty. Oh, these are some unforgivable mistakes for the Wallabies. James O'Connor not finding his touch. And Argentina, they have just dominated territory. 62% of the game has been played down the Wallabies' end. Chocoberas switches direction back for Carreras in midfield. Bremer keeps it in tight around the ruck. Wallabies offside again. Intercepted by Pasami, but will come back for the penalty. Right out in front, the Wallabies have been caught offside again. And Harry Wilson having more words with the referee. Well, that is not the way that you handle yourself as the captain. Even if you feel like this is all going against you, you've just got to be a little bit more diplomatic with the match official. Now Argentina are going to have the shot. They turned down the shot last time. They put it into the corner. They couldn't come away with points. This time, they're taking the 3. And I think this is the right call. It'll make it 28 points to 7. 3 converted tries the Wallabies would need then in 17 minutes. As Argentina head towards another famous victory. 17 minutes to go in this game. And we have got 18 minutes, I think, until kickoff. The Warriors and the Panthers. Carreras strikes it well. He's on target again. Argentina lead 28 points to 7. And the Wallabies are just not in this fight at all. This has been an incredible second half. Argentina are just controlling possession and territory. It's actually quite majestic the way they're playing this game. Taking the points when they're on offer is smart. Wallabies go quick with the restart, but Argentina have it. And they set up the ruck just outside their 22. Moyano will look for the box kick. Told to use it now. Puts it high up towards the halfway line. Suoli, he's there. And they chase down hard on him. Now driving in over the top, but still there for the Wallabies. Into midfield they go. O'Connor, Kellaway dummies and goes straight through. Puts the big right arm out. Kellaway brings it up to the 22. Some front foot ball at last here for the Wallabies. Back to the open side. McDermott. Benassa. Argentina up quickly in their faces on defense. Williams to Suolihi. And Dungunu is on the field now. Tries to run over the top, but well defended. Sticking to the short side for now. Not rolling away. Penalty advantage. The cutout pass is batted down. That'll be 10 in the bin for Carreras. Yellow card for Carreras. Exactly the same as we saw from Jorgensen in the first half. Going for the intercept and knocking the ball down. Can the Wallabies spark something here? Anything? Yellow card for Carreras. Off the back of a line break from Andrew Kellaway. Take the 3. Oh, wouldn't that be funny? Take the 3. No, obviously they're going to put this one into the corner. They tap and go. They don't even put it into the corner. Angus Bell charges forward. 15 out from the line. Wilson. 65.5 minutes gone. Carlo Tizzano's on. They hold him up off the deck and rip the ball out, but it's play on. It falls for Fraser McWright. McWright going backwards. Knock-on advantage to the Wallabies. McDermott snipes around the ruck. Takes it inside the 22. This would be just their third or fourth carry into Argentina's 22. They've got to come away with points here. O'Connor holds the pass up for Suolihi. Pops it up for Kellaway. Kellaway angles back in field. Nobody in front of him. And Kellaway scores under the posts. 28-12, the kick to come. Here they come, the Wallabies. Aslan's Store and Zed cheering that one. He's stuck with the bold prediction that the Wallabies would win. A quick conversion from right in front, and it's 28 points to 14. "67 minutes gone. "28 points to 14. Oh, it's not over yet. Oh, they couldn't possibly, could they? Argentina very slow to get back here for the restart. The referees called time off. They couldn't possibly, surely. Argentina land this one just outside the 22. Immediately, they shift to the left, the Wallabies. Suolihi, the forward pass back in field, is allowed to play on, and they've cut them open up the middle again. They're back inside Puma's territory. McDermott looks down the short side for Williams. Cut out pass for O'Connor. O'Connor puts Dungunu in space. Dungunu is going to go for the corner. Felipe Dungunu. The Wallabies have gone back to back. It's 28-19 with the kick to come. Surely not. Surely not. "12 minutes left to play, and a conversion from the sideline will bring this game within a converted try. What is happening here? Pumas have gone to sleep. And big Filippo Dungunu rampaging down the sideline. O'Connor bends it past the near upright. 12 minutes to play, 28 points to 19. Still 7 minutes left in the bin for Carreras. Oh, we're in for a big finish here. Still 12 minutes left to play. $28 points to 19. Argentina with the restart. They send it deep into the 22. And Tizano carries back. Wallabies set up the ruck. And they go again. Williams giving McDermott a better angle here for the exit. Still 7 minutes in the bin for Carreras. McDermott dummies the box kick. Goes open side for Sualihi. And it's read well by Argentina in midfield. They've lost some ground here, the Wallabies. McDermott onto Wilson. Quick ruck ball again. Cutout pass from O'Connor. Salakai Loto. Up outside the 22 they go. Nasser sets up another one. They're going to keep it in the hands here. Argentina, maybe they shut up shop a little too early. Maybe they went to sleep. McDermott with the box kick. Jorgensen chasing through to put pressure on, but what a take at the back, Argentina. They have the ball on halfway. Australia look to counter ruck. They've driven over the top of this. And Moyano does well to dig in and get that one back for Argentina. Still there on halfway. Slowing this game down immensely now. Moyano with the box kick. Kellaway takes it at the back. O'Connor rather. And the Wallabies, a penalty goes to Argentina. A penalty to Argentina as Carreras has been taken out of the kick chase illegally. And they'll slow this down and have a shot at 3, you would think. It's not about the points at this stage for Argentina. It's about running time out. Running down the time spent for that yellow card and getting back to a full complement. Time is their friend at the moment. It's amazing how often we see it happen, though, isn't it? When a team is so far ahead and they just shut up shop. And it ends up having an adverse effect. And that's what we've seen from Argentina here, I think. Well, it looks like, okay, they're going to put this into the corner. They're going to kick for touch here. Finding the line 5 meters out. They want to make absolute certain of it here. Los Pumas. 28 points to 19. Inside the last 10 minutes. Five-meter line-out throw. Argentina. Montoya throws to the middle. Uncontested. The rolling maul is set. The rolling maul is set very nicely. But now it starts to crab sideways. They break away and fall half a meter short. And the ball is up off the deck. Taken into the maul. Turnover. Scrum down Australia. Bite journey codes. You would want Argentina to win because of the underdog. And what a performance they've put on. There's 8 minutes left to play in this one. Kickoff is moments away in the NRL elimination final. And we've got time off again here in this one. Just some Captain Morgan's White Journey. The old captain. Eight minutes to go. 28 points to 19. Defensive scrum here for the Wallabies. 5 out from their own line. It sets. And a quick ball out into midfield. The Wallabies with 8 minutes remaining to get themselves down the other end of the field. Kellaway drops it off on the inside. Jorgensen from a standing start. Held up and turned over. Argentina are on the ball, but there was no clear release. It comes back Australia's side of the ruck anyway. 5 phases. Australia told to use it. Tate McDermott with the box kick. Sends it up outside the 22. And into touch. It's not a huge exit. 3 minutes left in the bin for Carreras. Time running out here for the Wallabies. Seven minutes left to play. Record-breaking crowd for a game of rugby here at Allianz Stadium. Very nice. Argentina spill the ball off the back of the line out. And it will be a scrum down for the Wallabies. Seven minutes left to play. The Wallabies. They went back to at least make it interesting. Scrum down, and this might be their last throw of the dice. The Wallabies. This could be it. They need to score off this play, or time might just get away from them. The scrum sets, and it's a penalty. Full arm to Australia. They tap and go quickly. O'Connor, the cutout pass to Sualihi. In and away. Looks to offload, but can't. McDermott back into midfield for McWright. Bumps off one, but Matera's got him held up. Wallabies have it in midfield on halfway. Valentini drops into contact. Argentina look to push over the top. Wilson with the pop pass to Williams. Down the short side. McWright holds the pass up. McDermott to Wilson in midfield. McDermott to O'Connor. Valentini. They're losing ground here as Argentina's defense driving up in their face. McDermott now kicks over the top. Jorgensen chasing through. Jorgensen leading the chase, but he gets a bad bounce. Pressure on Argentina at the back, though, as they scramble the ball away. And Carreras does well. Wallabies look to drive over the top with McWright, but still there. Argentina control the ball nicely at the back. 30 seconds left for Carreras in the bin. Told to use it now. They keep it in tight. Leading by 8. The ball is there. Moyano has it. The box kick is sent up. Keeping it in the field of play. O'Connor takes it. They're up on O'Connor, though, and driving back towards the halfway line. The ball spills out the back of the ruck. Kellaway on the wraparound now for Dongunu. Dongunu takes it into Argentina's territory. Wilson. 4 minutes left to play. Loto driven back in the tackle. Kellaway through the hands now for O'Connor. O'Connor pops it back in field for Kellaway. McWright throws it over the head to Jorgensen. Jorgensen beats one, gets the offload back for Fraser McWright. And McWright heads towards the post. He's taken down 5 meters out. Still there for the Wallabies. Oh, there's numbers to burn out to the left, but Jeremy Williams keeps it in tight. Argentina walk around the back of the ruck and steal the ball, but there's a whistle in back play. A knock on. Oh, forward pass is called. And with 4 minutes left to play. Yeah, the tap on from Fraser McWright over the head. Fair enough. A forward pass on the halfway line. And with 4 minutes to go, Argentina look like they've got this one firmly in control. Time escaping the Wallabies here. Scrum down for Argentina on the halfway line. JC Smoke says it's pissing down in the NRL. Well, that's going to tighten things up. We know that the Panthers, they traditionally don't play very well in the wet weather. We are going to miss kickoff in that one, I'm afraid, as we'll stick with this game until the end. And the end is only a few minutes away anyway, so... And then we'll be switching over, for sure. Scrum down on halfway, inside the final 4 minutes. They set. And it's a big drive from the Wallabies, but Argentina do get the ball out. And it looks like they're going to take victory here. Whoops. Looks like they're going to take victory here. Argentina just keep the ball in tight. They're going to run down the clock here. They're just going to wind it down here for the final 3 minutes. Argentina heading towards another famous victory. Because even if the Wallabies score now, you would think, well, they've got to get the turnover. They've got to get down the other end of the field. I think it's safe to say that Argentina have got the win, although there's life in it yet. Tazano wins the turnover penalty. McDermott taps and goes. O'Connor sends it out to the left. Sualihi steps back in field. Takes it into Pumas territory. McDermott looking for options. And losing the ball. That'll be the game. That's the game. Still 2.5 minutes to play. But if there's a scrum down here for Argentina, that will be the contest. They're going to have a look at potential foul play here, though, on Sualihi. Penalty goes to the Wallabies. High contact from Kremer on Sualihi, right in front of the match official. Now, what's the choice here? Well, O'Connor's going to put it into the corner. O'Connor finds touch inside the 22. This will be it for the Wallabies. Their last throw of the dice. They need to score essentially off the very first play. Williams takes the line-out ball. McDermott in midfield. On to Tazano. 15 meters out. Argentina look to spoil. Still there for McDermott. Still there for the Wallabies. Bell, 10 meters out in midfield. A minute to go. Left edge for O'Connor. Flat pass. Back to O'Connor, and that's a forward pass from Kellaway to Dungunu. The try's going to stand, though. Dungunu gets a double. Filippo Dungunu gets a double. And Australia have hit back 28-24 with the kick to come. Dan Jam, ahoy, mate. Now they're checking the forward pass. This try is going to get disallowed. Kellaway's final ball. A mile forward. And this try will get scrubbed out. All cleared. Well, it's been awarded. 28-24 it is with the kick to come. James O'Connor puts it over, and it's 28 points to 26. 30 seconds to go. They're within striking distance, the Wallabies. This is incredible. Incredible. The dangers of shutting up shop. You close up shop too early and think you've got the game won. And this is what can happen. The Wallabies. You can't believe it. 30 seconds to go. Argentina will go deep with this restart, you would think. They do send it deep. Tizano takes it and he winds up. Bumps off the first hit but falls to ground in the process. McDermott fires it over into midfield. O'Connor, the cutout pass for Kellaway. Kellaway doesn't risk the ball out to Dungunu. Argentina have held him up, but he gets to ground now. Still inside their own red zone. Jorgensen on the wraparound. The siren sounds for full time, but we will play on, of course, until there's a stoppage. McWright back in field. Brings it outside the 22. O'Connor into midfield. Wallabies still in possession. Argentina looking to get their hands on the ball and end this. The Wallabies somehow fight back to within 2 points. Bell sets it up just outside the 22. Wilson steps away from the first tackle. Valentini in midfield. 8 phases. Wilson driven back. They're back inside the 22 here. McDermott digs it out. O'Connor into midfield for Williams. Williams is a bit isolated, but they get there. The Wallabies. O'Connor out the back to nobody. Jorgensen scrambles back, but Argentina come through to put pressure on. This could be the winning of the game, and it is. Penalty to the Pumas, and they have won a famous victory. Argentina get the win. And a very fitting finish to the game with some more ill discipline from the Wallabies. That will do it. Victory for Argentina. And they kick it into touch. They don't even care about any more points. 28 points to 26. Los Pumas. What a win. What a fight back from the Wallabies. What a game of rugby we've just witnessed. All right. As we prepare for the All Blacks versus Springboks, we're going to switch over now and catch some of the Warriors versus Panthers game in the elimination final. Thank you so much for joining me for this one here on the Wasted World of Sports.